to today's video. If you're new, I am so happy you're here. If you're here again, thank you so much for subscribing and just keeping up with my videos. Today, I'm going to be answering y'all's questions. I asked some questions on Instagram. If you don't follow me, there it is. I'm really active on Instagram stories and replied to most DMs. I have written down all the questions. I'm not going to show y'all because, I mean, that would be boring if I just told y'all the questions now. But I have all the questions written down. I made some tea in this cup I got, but it is so hot. So, I mean, maybe it's thumbnail worthy, I don't know. This is my favorite tea though. That's what it looks like. It's the throat coat tea and it's called lemon something, and I always put a lot of honey in it. This cup is so cute. There's a butterfly engraved. I'm gonna lower it down so I don't burn myself because this is really, really hot. I just made it and my allergies are so bad. So I was like, I'm gonna make tea while I spill the tea, but that's not working out. Anyways, to be clear, I basically asked questions. A lot of them are college based, some of them are just in general life based, and then some of them are taken from like a question box I asked a while back because I was really bad about filming videos. But I'm back, so let's get on to answering the questions. The first question is, what is your major? I am majoring in cinematic arts and this year will be my second year, so I am a sophomore. I was also asked what classes I will be taking this semester. I'll go over it better in my next video, or probably, I think it's the video after that, but I will be filming my whole first week of class, so stay tuned for that. I didn't write that down. I didn't think to write it down, so let me just try to remember. I'm taking rhetoric and public speaking. I think I said speaking weird. I'm taking rhetoric and public speaking, intro to philosophy, intro to Bible, faith, culture, and the arts. Oh, university singers. I'm a part of one of the choirs. I'm taking media and career survey. I'm really excited because basically what I've heard is you basically just go through and you study all the media jobs, and I think that sounds really fun that I actually get like a description of like all the possible careers, and I think that's everything. I could be wrong. I'll just, if I forgot anything, I'll put it on the screen, but y'all will see more the first week of school. Next question is, do you feel it is easier to do community college or university? I feel like this is a really personal question. Like, everyone's different. Everyone thrives in different environments. I personally go to a university. I thought the light was gonna do justice for my eyes, that's why I just moved. I personally go to university, but it is really small. Like, I think the undergrad is around 2,000 people, and I love it there. I think going to university was a really good choice for me, but I also chose a small university and it is private. Everyone there is super nice, which I love. I think if I went to a community college, I wouldn't be as open to talk to as many people. And I personally love going to events. My school is like not a party school at all, so all the events I've been to are like really calm and laid back and chill, and I've enjoyed getting to meet people. For my personal experience, I think university is better. I think when considering college life, when it's a community college versus a university, really takes outweighing the pros and cons. I'm also a commuter. I don't live on campus, so it's not like I'm moving and having to take my whole life with me. I literally just come home every day, so it is a bit of a drive, but I personally love university life, and for me it's been the best decision I've made. If you want to go to a community college, go to the community college, because sometimes people do overhype up things, and at the end of the day we will all be getting a degree. It's literally just a paper that says you went to school, so just do what feels right for you. I hope what I'm saying makes sense, but I don't want anyone to think that like there's one right answer, because there really isn't a right answer. I've heard really good stories from both community college and university. Once you leave college, you want to like think this was beneficial. So if going to university does not seem beneficial to you, or going to a community college doesn't feel beneficial to you, to sum up what I'm saying, because I'm really hoping it makes sense, I kind of go on rants in videos like these and lose track of what I've already said, because my like thoughts like run faster than I can speak, and I literally have such a bad memory that I forget what I said right after I said it, which is why like sometimes in like real life I wish I could just edit my life and be like, oh wait, that was weird, let me just go back and edit that out and like add a fun text and sound effects and music. Am I the only one that does that? I don't know, but I just like wish I could edit live sometimes. I can't drink my tea. It's literally burning hot. Like, I have it sitting here and it is burning me while I'm wearing like leggings. I had something I was gonna say and I was like, this will be a good, you know, last thing to close it up, and I really don't remember. So now I don't know if my thing's gonna make sense. Personally, I think it has been easier for me to go to a university, but it might not be easier for everyone. Just do what works best for you, because no one thinks the same. We all are meant to go through different experiences. Everyone's story is different. That's why I love cinema so much. I was thinking one day, and the reason why I love cinema so much and why I chose cinema, even though I've never been the person to like binge watch movies, is because we all live on this earth, and it's kind of crazy to think about all the people that have ever lived. Not one person has the same story. Like, we are all living different lives. We can unite through experiences, but like, no one's story is the same, and that's just so cool. And cinema kind of like is a reflection of people's story, and I love that. I would love to create stories that reflect on experiences and just turn them into something really cool and beautiful, and I don't know, something we can all reflect on even if we don't relate to it. Yeah, even with my videos, I think it's so cool because even in the comments, just I can get a sliver of your life just from what you say, and I love that. Next question. I'm in the car and I didn't want to turn the air on, so it's kind of hot. I love filming in the car because I can be louder. Like, I feel like I quiet myself when I'm in the house because I have like a lot of people that live here. My phone overheated, so I put it in the fridge for a few minutes, and I don't know if that's a terrible thing to do, but I'm back. I'm going to try to be quick when answering these things so my phone doesn't give me the temperature warning, because I think it is like over 100 degrees, but I want to get this video done. I love filming videos. What have you learned about yourself from freshman year to now? So I've learned that I really need a lot of sleep. In high school, I would sleep for about 2 to 3 hours, and I realized that is terrible. Now I get at least 8 hours of sleep. I do have accommodations because of the neurological disorder I have, which does help a lot. I know a lot of people can't miss sleep, but I know my body does not react well to not getting enough sleep. So I've learned that I need a lot of sleep. It takes my body a lot to function. So if I do not go to sleep on time, everything fails. So I've learned that I need sleep. People assume that I'm extroverted because I'm pretty talkative in person, and I do tend to have a loud voice on accident. I think it's just kind of like a family thing, but I'm like such an introvert. Like, I love my alone time and I need my alone time. If I don't have time to be alone, I break down. Like, I need to be alone a lot. So yeah, I need sleep, and I'm like a talkative introvert, which I know doesn't make sense, but I know there's people out there that get it. Also, I can't study in quiet places or loud places. It has to be somewhere where there's a lot of people, but there's not like one loud noise. Like, it has to be like spaced out noise, if that makes sense. How do you balance time with classes and hanging out with friends? So I know there's a lot of people that are either really hard on studying or really hard on spending time with people, and I don't think it's smart to have heavy of any of those. I think we're all just people living in this world, and like, why would you spend all your time looking at a book when there's the rest of the world to see? And also, like, if you want something, you have to work hard for it. So no one's perfect, but like, I'll like work for an hour and then hang out with people. I know in person it might sound like I'm really organized, but I actually get distracted super easy. It's just good to know your limits. Everyone has different limits. Like I was saying earlier, no one thinks the same. We all have different thinking styles. You just have to kind of learn what works for you, what organizational system works for you, because I can't use a planner. If I use a planner, in my mind, it's like I already wrote it down, so it's already done. So just figure out what organizational style works for you. Try to plan. A lot of times things don't go to plan, so don't look for a perfect plan, but look for an outline. I just make sure I get all my work done. Phone overheated again. I'm back. Am I blurry? I'm using my phone, I can't tell. Like I was saying, I think it's good to value like relationships you have with people. It's good to study and it's good to hang out with people. Just find a mixture of both. I went to like this leadership retreat, and they were talking about how balance is not realistic. There will always be parts of your life that you have to put more energy into, and I think that is super true. There's no way to be like, you know, split down a pie chart and be like, I'm gonna do this every part of the day. Just figure out what your priorities are and whatever needs to be prioritized in the moment is what you put your energy into the most. Obviously, don't neglect the other things you have to do, but just do what you think is best. What are your goals for college? The first thing that comes to my mind is confidence. I think I'm really bad at being confident. The imposter syndrome, no matter where I am, always affects me way more than it should. I know it's something that a lot of people experience, but it's just like, it always stops me, especially because I'm majoring in cinematic arts and I want to work in the media world. I love the media world, but I don't put myself out there as much as I could. Like, I'm talkative, but I'm not like good at, I like to stay humble, and I think I need to find more of a balance between being humble and being confident. I'm always too scared to be overconfident, that I guess anxiety just gets to me and I'm not as confident as I should be. I know I have many good qualities and I just want to be more confident. Another goal of mine is just to gain more experiences. I would love to work on more short films and just go to events and stuff I normally wouldn't go to. I want to meet new people and learn new things. I just want to learn new things, meet people, gain confidence. I guess when I say learn things, I'm not just like saying notebook things. I just mean like I want to learn through life experiences, and yeah. I have this fear that my phone's gonna overheat for a third time, and I think it's happening soon. Brain's like panicking inside that my phone's about to go off. Also, I'm getting a bachelor's degree, so that is the goal, to get the bachelor's. Maybe I'll get a master's. I don't know if getting a master's in cinema would be logical, because I feel like that's something that may be good to get a bachelor's in, but I don't know if master's, like I don't know if I need those 2 extra years. Maybe I would change to marketing if I decided to do the 2 other years for a master's. Yeah, is my hair doing crazy things? I think it is. Phone overheated again. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, I was going on to the next question. What is one thing you are most nervous about when coming into college? Okay, so I literally did not know what to expect. I really never really heard that much about this college that I go to now, and I kind of just went with the first college that I got accepted into. There's a lot of good things and like things I love about it now, but at the time I kind of just picked a random college and I knew no one that went there and just hope for the best. And I mean, it's worked out really well, but I was nervous because I really didn't know what to expect. Didn't know who I would hang out with. I didn't know if it would be too much to handle. I originally decided to go to college because I knew it would be too much for me to handle, and now that I'm in college, I'm like, wait, this is way better than I thought it would be. It is not too hard for me to handle. And so if you're watching this and you're like, should I do this, and you actually want it but you're just scared, just do it. I was really nervous that things would just go really bad and I would meet no one and I would not like what I was doing, but I really do love what I'm doing. How do you make friends within the first few weeks of school? I met my best friend at this event before school started. It was like a week long. I think it was actually 3 days. It wasn't a week long. I think they have this event at my college the 3 days before classes start, and it's for freshmen. That's where I met my best friend. I would just say, don't be scared to talk to people. Comfort comes from one's uncomfortable situations. So even if you're scared to talk to someone, you should still do it, because what's the worst that's gonna happen? I mean, you get a conversation out of it. I would just say start with like a hi, hello, and if you're talking to someone and you think y'all's energies, y'all are vibing together, I don't know how to word this, but basically, you know what I mean. Like, you can kind of tell when you first meet someone if y'all will be good friends or not. Talk to a lot of new people. Obviously, don't go talking to every single person you see, but talk to new people, and I think you will just naturally find the people you are meant to be friends with. And even if you don't become friends with some of the people you talk to, there's still connections and they're still good to have. I'm not saying use people, don't use people. I'm just saying it's good for networking. That's what I'm looking for. Some people you meet are for networking, some are friends, some are just people you see on the daily. I think it just kind of comes naturally. You just kind of have to be open to talking to new people, meeting new people, and maybe going to events you don't want to go to, because a lot of good things can happen out of going to things that you think are going to be bad. Take for yourself. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's really true. If you're yourself, you'll meet the right people. What is your favorite and least favorite part of college? So my least favorite is definitely the deadlines, because the work I've had honestly isn't too hard. Like, it's made to be easy enough for people to get and understand. But the deadlines, there's so many deadlines, especially because I'm studying cinema. So in my previous classes, I would have to like film short films, and I would just have to go out and film, and it's hard because you have to be really stuck on the details when you're filming, and if the details aren't right, you are critiqued on it in front of the whole class, and it's nerve-wracking because it's like, well, I wanted it this way, but I couldn't get it this way, and you kind of just have to go with what you have. And it's really hard with cinema, the compact deadlines, because cinema is so visual and you have to have a plan, and plans don't always go the way you want them to. So the deadlines are my least favorite. My favorite is, I guess, the new experiences. I also love like the freedom and the gaps. Like I love the gaps. The gaps in between classes are either really helpful or really fun. I can either get work done or go hang out with my friends. I don't like how in school it was always one class, 5 minutes to walk another class, and it's like you have no time to process things. But in college it's like, okay, you had a class, now wait 2 hours. Sometimes I have to wait like 5 hours, and I honestly love the time gaps in between classes and just getting to go to random events and meet new people. Yeah. The sweat is crazy. Let's get back to filming. How has sharing your life online changed your perspective at all? It has changed my perspective so much, because when you are constantly editing yourself, you become aware of things you wouldn't be aware of before. I realized that I need to talk slower. I realized I need to be more confident. I guess it's changed my perspective because I'm able to see myself grow as a person, and I'm also able to be like, oh wait, I did that really good and I did that really bad. I personally love how social media gives you the platform to learn and grow and be creative, but it's like, I love reflecting. I love how I can reflect on what I've done in the past and make better decisions, or just be like, oh wait, that was a fun time. Why was I so harsh on myself? I love just the ability I have to reflect and communicate with people. I've also gotten the nice DMs and comments from y'all, and they really do mean so much to me. Like, I really do take these to heart. I thank you so much for all the support y'all have given to me. It really means so much to me. I think sharing my life online has changed my perspective by just, I guess I'm more open. I've always been a pretty open person. Like, I'm open to new ideas, but I think sometimes comments and just looking back on things you did, it opens your mind to possibilities and just how big the world is and how different we all are. And just, I don't know, life is really cool. I know life can be hard at times, but if you just take a step back and look at the big picture and how we're just like all, you know, wandering around in the world, doing our own thing, finding things to do, living life, live, laugh, loving. I felt like saying that. I don't know why. I kind of regret using that. But I just love the platform I have, and I love being able to reflect, meet new people, learn things, and just, I don't know I can't find the word, but it definitely has changed my perspective a lot. Take 6. I'm back after the heat warning. Next question is, what is something you think isn't talked about enough? Now, I don't really script my videos because I kind of feel like, in my mind, to me, I love when people script their videos, but when I do them, it just doesn't feel like me and it feels less natural. So hopefully my answers are making sense. Something that I think isn't talked about enough is, I had something in my mind and I forgot it. Okay, what was it? My phone's gonna overheat before I remember what the thing was. I need to stop making noises when I think. I think I got it back. I think this is part of it. Something that I think is not talked about enough is how there's literally no way to do life wrong. Like, you cannot be behind in life. Where you are right now is where you're meant to be. Life is one big journey. If you read a book or see any story, it's never gonna be good throughout the whole thing. There's parts where people struggle, and, you know, not to start using metaphors and stuff, but, you know, it's mountains to climb. There will always be a high point in life, and once you get to the high point, there will be a low, and then there will be another high. But you just have to keep in mind that it's normal to have highs and lows. I know lows can feel really low, but if you pay attention to how good it feels when you're like thriving, then I think it makes even the bad situations or more difficult situations easier to go through. I feel like so many people feel like they can't do better than they're doing because they feel like they've messed up terribly, and I wish that people were just aware of how good they can do. And how this is something I've struggled with in the past, but we hear our own thoughts all day, and we hear our own thoughts so much that we aren't aware of who we are. Like, we know who we are to ourselves, but we just aren't aware of how amazing we are and how wonderful we are. And not to be like this person that's like, we're all perfect, because we're not. But I just wish people were aware of like how loved they are and how much people care about them, and how not every thought you think is right. You are so much better than you even realize. And I love you. Take 7. What do you edit with? So I edit my videos with CapCut. I think I'm going to go back to using Premiere Pro as I start the school year back up, because I do have a lot of experience with it and I want to gain more experience. Like, I want to practice more with Premiere. I also have the certification I've mentioned, and I think I could edit videos if I took it more seriously. So I think I'm gonna move to Premiere, but I love CapCut. I'm definitely gonna use it for like reels and shorts because it is really convenient, really easy, and I think you can make a video look really, really good with CapCut. There's so many cool features. For the picture in general, I normally use Lightroom just to like add a little bit of, I make the quality better on there. My words aren't working today, but I just use Lightroom to make the quality better and maybe add a pop of color into it, some vibrancy, and then I will use Canva to format the thumbnail and add random things I want to add, and then I'll go on to Fonto for the font, and I think that's all I use to edit. If I do a cutout of myself, I'll go to remove.bg on Google, and you can do a free cutout of whatever you want to cut out. The last question doesn't really relate to these, but it's fun. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? So my go-to is coffee ice cream. I love coffee ice cream, and if there's not coffee ice cream, just anything with chocolate in it. I also love cookie dough and cookies and cream. So that is the end of the video. That is all of the questions I have. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took away some things. I love hearing y'all's perspectives and y'all's thoughts. Y'all can ask me any more questions y'all have, and I'll try to answer them, maybe in the comments, maybe in a short, maybe in my first day of school vlog, first week of school vlog. And I would love to hear any advice y'all have, any differing opinions, whatever you want to say. I just want to hear from y'all and hear thoughts on the topic. And yeah, that's it. I will see y'all next Sunday. I really hope what I was saying makes sense, because I feel like I'm naturally a better writer, so maybe I should actually write stuff down before I say it. But I'm a better writer than a better natural speaker. I think taking that class I have this semester called Rhetoric and Public Speaking will help me a lot, especially with my videos, because I have a lot of messages I always want to convey, and I think I don't convey them right, even like in person. I will see you next Sunday. I love you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn notifications on if you like this video. If you don't like it, it's okay not to. It's optional, but it is free and it would help me out, and I would love to see you again. I will see you next time. And did I already say? I think I said all the things. Bye.